Hi guys, this is Ashant here. Um, well, this is the first time actually I'm trying this vlog. I've seen so many people, around the world using vlog to express themselves and share stuffs and all that. So, well, I just decided that maybe, I also should just try. Um, Honestly, I really don't know what to talk about. So maybe I can just start off, by telling a little bit about myself. Um, well, I'm basically um, I was born in Perak, Ipoh, and I grew up in various states in Malaysia because my dad was in the forces, armed forces. He was a major in the military, and I basically lived in Labuan, Penang, Port Dickson, and then before we moved to KL, and I basically spent my the rest of my um, primary and secondary schooling in KL, and furthered my studies also in at the University Tunku Abdul Rahman. Did my bachelor's degree in broadcasting, major in broadcasting, minoring in advertising. Um, you see, to tell a little bit more about myself, I'm very passionate in films. I love films. I love watching. My dream is to become a director, a film director, and also an actor. So I just like any other youngsters, youngsters or any other people. I also have dreams. I also have interests and all these things. But sometimes you know you go through certain things in life where it teaches you a lot of things. You know. Um, and I'm no different also. You see, being a very passionate guy, in filmmaking and all that, I used to, really imagine myself, being a very successful film director, a very successful actor, and I used to really try my level best to work on short films. I write scripts and all that, and with the hope that I would be able to make it into a film one day. And it was it looked promising. When I was in university and all that, it looked really promising. But what happened was, I'll never forget the day when I completed my um, university degree. Immediately I actually had an opportunity of a lifetime. Going to India to work on an indie Bollywood film titled Love Wrinkle Free, which was directed by Sandeep Mohan, a great director, and cinematographed by my cousin brother Binendra Menon. And that was my first taste of, I would say, professional filmmaking, because I've worked in projects and all that in university, but it's not on a professional manner. But going this India Love Wrinkle Free, that was a professional a professional movie shoot, and trust me, I did not enjoy it because it was tough. I was a third assistant cameraman, and it was really tough because there's a lot of things happening on set. um, and you being the third assistant cameraman, you will have like your two or three superior, telling you to do 10 things at one go and all that, and it was tough, it was really tough. And there were even times where I actually um, fell sick. I didn't attend shoot for a few days and all that, because I was just like shell shocked, because all this while I was under the impression that making movies and all that is, it's a fun process and all that. It is a fun process and all that, but I think it all depends on how it's managed, I think, by the director, or maybe by the production people and all this stuff. And furthermore, it's an indie film, and we had to shoot like 10 12 scenes a day, and each scene may have about 5 to 10 shots and all that, so it was like you work you know continuously, until late, until at night and all that stuff. Sometimes you might not even have an opportunity to rest, because we are chasing for time, we're squeezing everything and doing it and all that, so. But it was a good experience. Now when I look back at it, it was a good experience and all that. So after that, I came back to Kerala. I went to Kerala, and well, I was supposed to meet a few film personalities over there, to try to figure out if I can start a career in the film industry over there. But well, I was basically kind of like, I would confidently say this, I was backstabbed actually. I was promised that I would be introduced to some prominent peoples in the industry and all that. But when I went there, I was told this by somebody whom I would say, I really had a lot of respect for, and all that. But I remember him telling me, that Ashant, you actually, you're interested in films and all, so why don't you actually take a train from Kerala, go to Mumbai, find this place called Juhu, and Amitabh Bachchan, the great Indian actor, he lives there in Juhu. And why don't you go to his house, knock on his door, and ask for an opportunity? I'll never forget that. I was told that, and it was this particular person who actually told me, that you come to India, I'll make sure, I'll arrange something. I'll make sure I'll arrange a meeting, for you, with a very famous personality, film personality, and all that stuff. So that really devastated me. And eventually, I came back to Malaysia, because I did not get any opportunities and all that. And in Malaysia also, I was basically unemployed for a few months, and then I got a job in an Indian production company, but I did not stay there for long. I think after a few months I left. Then I had the golden opportunity to work in Radio Television Malaysia, RTM, in the news department as an English news editor. It was a great experience actually, working in RTM, meeting great news and TV personalities and all that, and learning a lot of things from them and all. But you see, even though I was exposed to all this and all that, deep inside me, I was still very keen and very passionate. I still kept telling myself that, why are you doing all this? This is your passion, is making films. why don't you start working on that and all that, and that used to really eat me up, because I had this fear that maybe I might not be able to pursue my dreams, and all that. But eventually, I met a great person. His name is Mr. Ravi, and we both started making short films together, and all that, and it was great. We made, I think, about 10 short films, but only six were released actually, and all that. And we even had one of our first short film that we made together, Silhouette. It was premiered at the Johor Bahru Short Film Festival last year, 2015, and it was fantastic. And eventually, we actually had an opportunity to make a feature film, a Silhouette feature film, and I remember Mr. Ravi was really working towards it. I also was trying to help him out however I could, and all that. But and I left my job, in RTM to pursue this, because it was, I would say, 95% confirmed, that we're going to do this and all that. But again, things didn't work out. It all fell apart. And after some time, my financial state, my finances also would started drying up and all that, and I had to basically hit the panic button. I started applying jobs in production houses, because I thought to myself, okay, if I'm going to find a job right now, it's best for me to try to get a job which is related to my passion. So I started applying at production houses in Malaysia. I started applying at TV stations, Astro, and Media Prima and all this. But of course, luck was just not on my side, and eventually I had no choice. I had to leave everything and come to Singapore and work as a security officer. Now, when I look at where I am now today, I would say it's devastating. It's really devastating, because I just have one passion, which is making films, making movies. That's the only interest and passion that I have, and nothing else. And yet it's so hard for me to pursue it. I admit, there were some procrastinations and all that were there, of course, but the truth is, cinema is my life. Making film is what I've always wanted to do since the day I knew that filmmaking is something that I want to explore, but I just, until now, I still have not got the right opportunity. Of course, there were many times that I've actually sat down and really cried out loud, asking God, why? Why are you doing this to me? Why am I not doing what I love doing? It's not that I've not tried. I know I've been trying and trying and trying, but yet, I'll always be, I'll always, like, things will look like so promising. You'll come right up till the tip, and then suddenly it all collapses. And that is the worst part, and all. And I used to wonder why. There's so many others who I personally feel, that they don't deserve to be in the industry. I feel that these people are spoiling the industry, and yet they are doing so well. They're minting, they are just, they're successful and all that. It really used to eat me up. It really used to eat me up. And here I am, as a security officer, you know, separated from my family, all alone here in Singapore, you know. And I asked myself, and I'm like, why? Why is this happening? But then I remember that, you see, when in life, when you're given something just like that, it's our nature not to appreciate it. It's our nature to take it for granted. And sometimes you have to go through a certain path, you know, before you reach your destination, the right destination, you know. And it took me some time to realize that, you know, today when I look back, I'm actually very thankful to God that He made me, you know, go through all this, you know, go through all this pain, all this, you know, this devastation and all that, you know, because I have finally realized that I'm actually on a path. The path might not look like it's bringing me to where I want to go, but it is bringing me somewhere. And eventually it will bring me to where I want to go. But what I need to do is, I need to be patient. And I need to do my part. I gotta keep walking through that path. Because the day if I decide to stop walking through the path and turn back, then I am going to lose everything. You see. So, what I've learned and what I would like to just share to all those watching, if you guys are going to watch, I don't know, is that no matter in whatever situations that you are in today, or no matter whatever, you know, challenges that is being hurled at you or given to you, accept it, embrace it. You can do it, you know. It might be extremely tough, it might be, you know, it may look it may look impossible, it may look, you know, like, dude, this is crazy and all that. No, but trust me, there is a solution for every problem, every task, every question. There is an answer. And the most important thing is believe in yourself. You see, God always helps those who helps themselves. You know, but what He wants to see is how much do you believe in yourself, and how much do you believe in what you want to achieve, and how much or how eager you are, you know, to, you know, wanting to achieve it. Trust me, if you believe, you will be there. And have faith, you know. But the most importantly, like I said earlier, is believe in yourself. Just believe in yourself. And another very, very important thing is that never allow others to describe you. You know, you know yourself more than any other people around you, right? So whatever they say about you, it's not necessarily true. You have a particular interest, you have a particular passion, just pursue it. Just do it. You may have to digress and do something else due to this the life's norm, this financial stability and all that stuff. Okay, fine, you got to do it, you do it, but do not give up. Do not give up on your dreams. Never give up on your dreams. I mean, today, from where I was, I was an editor. I was to a certain extent I was, I was I'm a graduate, a degree holder, and here I am in another country working as a security officer. Whereas my passion is, I want to make films, I want to be a director, I want to be an actor. I know I have it in me. I know I have it in me. But I'm not there yet. But I will eventually be there. And I know the person above would bring me there one day. But I have to be patient. I have to work hard and trust him. And that's what I urge all those who are on the verge of giving up their dreams, all those who are on the verge of telling themselves that I just can't do it. No, you can, you will, right? Just do not lose hope, do not give up, just keep fighting. Trust me. In a few years down the line, you might be doing what you love. No, you're not. You might be. You will be doing what you love. No pain, no gain. So that's all, folks. Sorry if if I've digressed here and there a bit and all that, because this is the first time for me doing something like this. I just hope that this video is helpful. So like I said, keep believing, guys. You're all awesome, you're all special, and you guys can do it. So I'll see you next time, hopefully with some new topic to talk about, something like that. Right, take care, bye.